Have you ever wondered if the media's portrayal of Donald Trump is entirely fair and unbiased? Now that's a question that often gets lost in the whirlwind of headlines and sound bites. It's no secret that the media wields a mighty influence over public perception. But what happens when that power is used to paint a picture that may not reflect the whole truth? Let's take a moment to consider Donald Trump, a man who has been in the media spotlight for decades and whose image has been shaped and reshaped by countless news stories and editorials. From business mogul to reality TV star to the President of the United States, his public persona has been crafted by a myriad of voices, each with their own agenda. But how accurate is this image? How much of it is a fair representation, and how much is a media-constructed narrative? Now, hold that thought as we delve deeper into one of the most controversial trials in recent history. The trial of Donald Trump was a spectacle like no other. The courtroom often resembled a stage, with the world as its audience and the media, its eager playwrights, ever ready to script the next act. The trial was more than just a legal proceeding. It was a public drama unfolding in real time under the relentless spotlight of 24/7 news coverage. Every detail, every move, every word was dissected, analyzed, and amplified for the world to consume. The prosecution and defense played their parts, but it was the relentless scrutiny that Trump faced that became the real story. The trial was punctuated with moments that will be etched in history. Trump, always the showman, seemed unfazed by the gravity of the situation, often engaging with the media circus outside the courtroom. His legal team, a mix of old allies and new faces, worked tirelessly to mount a defense in the face of the prosecution's relentless onslaught. The media, meanwhile, were tireless in their pursuit of the story. Every twist and turn of the trial was captured, every statement analyzed and debated. It was as if the trial was not just about Trump, but also about the state of the nation and its future. But amidst this media frenzy, one question lingered. Was this a fair trial, or was it an orchestrated spectacle designed to tarnish Trump's reputation? The man himself seemed unfazed by the proceedings. He faced the trial with his characteristic bravado, never missing an opportunity to engage with his supporters or to take a jab at his detractors. As the trial progressed, the world watched, captivated by the spectacle. But beneath the surface, there was a sense of unease. Was this really about justice? Or was it about something else? Was the intense scrutiny justified? Or was it a deliberate attempt to undermine Trump? As the gavel fell, the world watched. But was it all as it seemed? This trial, this spectacle, had raised more questions than it answered, and as the dust settled, one thing was clear. This was a trial like no other. A trial that had changed the narrative and left a lasting impact on the nation's psyche. In the midst of the trial, the media was a constant presence. But did it play its role responsibly? As we delve into the media's coverage, a pattern of bias and one-sided reporting surfaces. It's no secret that the media has the power to shape public opinion. But when it comes to a trial, shouldn't the focus be on facts rather than narratives? The media's depiction of Trump during this period raises questions. There were instances when the media's reporting seemed to waver from neutrality, painting a picture that wasn't always backed by concrete evidence. The question we then ask is, did this influence the outcome of the trial? Did it sway public perception? While the media has a duty to report, it also has a responsibility to do so fairly, without prejudice. But one question hangs in the air. Did the media's portrayal of Trump during the trial do him justice, or was it a case of trial by media? The trial has concluded, the verdict delivered, but was justice truly served? We're left to question whether the scales were balanced, or if they were tipped by the weight of media bias. When we peel back the layers of sensational headlines and explosive exposés, there's a narrative that seems to be guided less by the pursuit of truth and more by the pursuit of ratings. In the courtroom of public opinion, the media holds the gavel, casting judgments before the evidence is even presented. It is vital that we question this. Is it fair that a man's reputation is tarnished under the glare of the spotlight before he's had his day in court? And let's not forget, this is not just about one man, but about the integrity of our justice system. If we allow media bias to dictate the outcome of a trial, we undermine the very principles our society is built on. So we must ask ourselves, was the trial of Donald Trump a fair one, or was it a media-engineered spectacle?